Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our LIISMA Partners Meeting and Workshop. Good to see everybody, and thank you all for joining. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm Bill Jacobs, Program Manager for LIISMA, and I'm joined today by my colleagues Abby Marino and Cassidy Robinson. And we want to take a moment to congratulate Melody and her husband Vin, who on the birth of their baby boy on March 2nd. And we wish them all the happiness in this new chapter of their lives. So Melody will be out on family leave for a few weeks. Here's our agenda. Welcome and LIISMA update. We have a partner spotlight today, Bayard Cutting Arboretum with Joy Arden. At 10:30, we have roundtable announcements, then we'll take a break. And then we have two presentations following the break. More on those to come. All right, let's start with our conservation areas program with Abby.
Thanks, Bill. So for conservation areas, we'll start with talking about some updates to our water body web map. You could use that short link to view it and explore the mapping tool. If you're familiar with it, you may think the map looks similar, but behind the scenes, it's been updated a lot. So it runs as a Python script now, which makes it easier to edit and update. And this map includes some new data from IMAP Invasives and iNaturalist. Cool thing about it is when you click on one of these points that represents a water body, you can see the invasive species observations that are associated with that water body. So it's a quick way to get some of that data if you're interested. There's also filters that you could filter to your town or region. And yeah, this is a way to visualize the most important water bodies for surveying for early detection for aquatic invasive species. So starting at some of our highest quality areas, we can get ahead of the curve to respond to aquatic invasive species before they become widespread. So if you're interested in doing any aquatic invasive species surveying, let us know, or if you have any further questions, you can contact me. Wanted to highlight some of our invasive species prevention zones for those not familiar with it. There's several there, and these are some of our priority areas. They're large properties that we want to prevent invasive species from coming into. So we're currently planning fieldwork this year in our Connecticut ISPZ, Flanders, which includes Sears Billops County Park, also Long Pond Greenbelt, and more to come as we have more action plan meetings with our partners. Our projects in managing small stands of Phragmites in coastal plain ponds, which are very important ecological communities, those will continue for this year. In Long Pond, we've had some great success last year in only finding a few stems in an area that we've been managing with underwater cutting. We'll continue work in Sandy Pond and two ponds in Sears Bellows County Park. We've also been working with New York State DEC to address some of the Phragmites that are at the dog ponds, and hopefully this year advancing work at Linus Pond. While we don't manage Phragmites everywhere, it is really important here because, again, these are very small stands of Phragmites that would otherwise outcompete some rare plants and rare vegetation. So we want to keep this ecological community intact with this work. And lastly, for me, I want to share this funding opportunity that could be of interest to some of you from the Nassau County Soil and Water Conservation District. They just came out with this, and one of their elements is to control or eliminate invasive plants or wildlife. So if that's something you're interested in, the applications are due April 4th, and there's a website link there to look at. Now, normally I pass this off to Melody, but as Bill mentioned, Melody had her baby boy, so we're so happy for her. She'll be back for the field season as EDRR manager, but for now we're sharing these plans on her behalf. Here are some emerging invasive species to look out for. And for these species, these are projects that we're going to be continuing with our partners this year. This includes giant butterbur, hardy kiwi, orange candleflower, Buzzy small carpet grass, rock sea lavender, ravenna grass, and floating primrose willow or woodwickia. So we're really grateful Melody did so much work in connecting with partners to be able to manage these species. If you see any new populations of these species, definitely let us know, and we'd love to connect with you to work on managing them. We've also have some surveying projects in the works. Melody's been going through actually thousands of observations from iNaturalist and IMAP invasives that any user can submit. And so we're going to be following up on some of them to see if there could be new potential management projects. So this includes incised mewort, slender false brome, cashmere balsam, cutleaf teasel, drooping star of Bethlehem, Japanese primrose, wintergreen barberry, giant reed, perennial pepperweed, and kudzu. Again, if any of these species look familiar to you or you'd like to learn more, definitely let us know about them. Some new projects we'd like to get underway is managing water lettuce. That's an emerging aquatic invasive species that we found in two water bodies, one in Nassau and one in Suffolk. So we'd definitely like to get those projects underway. Let us know if you see water lettuce anywhere else. Also working to manage plume poppy in some new areas that we found it. So thank you so much. And that's it for early detection and rapid response. I'll hand it off to Cassidy to talk about education and outreach.
Thanks, Abby. Yeah, so just a couple updates for our education and outreach program. Some recent presentations LISMA has been giving over this winter. We recently presented on invasive plants and invasive species regulations to the Certified Nursery and Landscape Professionals in Training with CCE Suffolk through that program. That was a good talk, making the professionals aware of regulations on invasive species, since many of them are not prohibited from sale. We had about 30 attendees there, great questions. And as well, we presented to the Nassau Master Gardeners through CCE Nassau on emerging horticultural invasives. So made them aware of, some backyard plants that will be invasive, provided some native alternative suggestions, also got some great questions and enthusiasm from the audience there, and presented to about 30 people as well. Some upcoming events for LISMA and invasive species in general. You can save the date for the New York State Invasive Species Expo. That will be September 14th to 16th this year at Saratoga Spa State Park, upstate. So LISMA had attended last year and was a little bit involved in the planning. This is a great event if you're not familiar. Last year, or excuse me, not last year, in 2023, it consisted of a community day where locals and community members were invited to do these interactive activities, lots of fun tabling events and ways to learn about invasive species, as well as multiple days of professional trainings and talks, things that would be really useful to you all. So we highly recommend this event if it's something you're interested in traveling to go do. It'll be very interesting as well. More to come. And we have New York Invasive Species Awareness Week, as we do every year. This will be in June from June 9th to June 15th. Right now, we are spreading the word on the dates. If you have an event in mind, if you end up planning an event, please let us know and we'll put it on our NYSAW calendar, promote that to the community and make them aware of NYSAW. And if you're interested in collaborating on an event with LISMA, let us know as well. We're also launching an exciting volunteer program through LISMA. This will be our Invasive Species Spotters program, kicking off through a webinar on May 7th from 1 to 2:30 p.m., where volunteers will learn to identify priority invasive species, report them on IMAP invasives, and protect biodiversity. So we'll be training folks to go out independently, identify and report invasives so that we can get more boots on the ground managing once we know where our invasive species are located. And this is a great professional development opportunity if you have interns, if you're looking to brush up on your invasive species ID and mapping skills, as well as for if you have volunteer groups pre-existing through your organizations that you think might be interested in this. And we see this as something that could be integrated into other types of conservation activities. Like if you have a group of volunteers going to remove invasives or something like that, for them to look for these priority invasives. So you can scan that code, you can register, find out more there, and we hope to see you on May 7th for that. Today is our last day for filling out the action plan survey. You can scan that code. Should only take a couple minutes. And we will be using this information to write our annual action plan, incorporating the works of our partners, as well as what LIISMA plans to do for the year. So we'll probably be getting started on that, writing that up next week. So if you have some time today or even over the weekend, we really would love some more responses from our partners. Thank you.
Thanks, Cass. All right, for a few program updates, Cassidy mentioned the annual action plan, and we're also finishing up our 5-year strategic plan. So we thank you all for your feedback and ideas for the strategic plan. We're incorporating those ideas into the document, and we'll have that coming out within a few weeks, we hope. So that's the 5-year strategic plan. Our LIISMA annual report for 2024. Thank you again for everyone who contributed their information for the annual report. That's been completed, and it's available on our website. If you want to see that, a lot was accomplished last year. We have an internship opening at the Long Island Native Plant Initiative, and need to apply by April 1st. You can check the LIMPI website, limpi.org, for more information about that internship. And LIISMA will also have an intern in early detection and rapid response intern for the summer, and we'll introduce her soon, maybe at the next meeting. Now I'll turn it over to Abby for some staff changes.
Thanks, Bill. So yes, we have some upcoming staff changes to announce. Come May 12th, Cassidy and I will have new roles at LIISMA. I will be moving into the role of program manager following Bill's retirement, and Cassidy will be moving into the role of conservation area manager. Melody will maintain her role as early detection and rapid response manager. Now, Bill did not want to slide for his retirement, but I'll take a moment for him here anyway. Bill has been an integral part of LIISMA for many years, from founding it in 2001 to returning later as program manager for LIISMA again in 2019. He's given the program a laser-focused direction that set it on a great course for the future. And we're really grateful for all the ways that Bill has brought the conservation community together with his spirit of kindness and generosity, partners meetings like this. He's taught me and the rest of the LIISMA staff so much. And because of that, we feel confident in carrying LIISMA forward. So since he's program manager into May, make sure you take a moment in the next few months to send him good wishes for the future. And because of that, since Cassidy and I will have new roles, that means there will be an opening at LIISMA. We're hiring for an education outreach manager to start on April 25th. So if you're interested, please scan the QR code or visit our website to see the job description, and please share with any interested candidates. We're also excited, as Bill mentioned, to have an intern also for the summer, and that's being finalized right now. So thank you.